Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of whatever platform this might be allowed to go on, this is once again your best friend Justin here. And we're taking it now to the X beef with Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, this high school musical drama we have going on here. The truth community doesn't really exist anymore. The truth community has been divided on so many levels, starting off with, I would say, about 5 years ago with right wingers using all these truth talking points. And there's been a big divide with MAGA now and all these right wingers. Where you have Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, Jake Shields, Myron Gaines, Charlie Kirk, Matt Walsh, Ian Carroll, Russell Brand, all these characters who I deem as micro influencers who are there as traps for if you ask questions and you see that politics is a dog and pony show and you finally accept that. If you know anything about Justin from J Master Productions, you know damn well that we believe politics is a dog and pony show. And in fact, I shouldn't say we believe, we know 100% politics is fake. Donald Trump, whoever is on the blue team that's going to run, or whoever is running, whether it be Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Hussein Obama, all these people are on the same team. It's a giant WWE script. And if you yourself can finally see past that, because most people just can't see past politics, they don't want to believe that their vote doesn't count. They don't want to believe that these heroes that they all look up to are bought and paid for by the Federal Reserve that's been dwelling here illegally since 1913 in the USA. When you ask these questions and you finally get past it, you stumble across these people. Now, we could debate all day whether the Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and all these characters are plants, are they government ops, or they're just useful idiots. To me, it's very clear that they're plants, but you don't even have to believe that. Let's just take a look at what, especially someone like Nick Fuentes says, because this guy is really picking up a lot of traction this whole year. People saying, "Oh, he's been right all this time." Oh, look, Nick Fuentes called it out again. But Nick Fuentes keeps promoting hate. I mean, I follow this guy on X. I don't always watch his podcast, but I will here and there just to see what he says. Okay, he's a very vile character. There's a lot he says I agree with, just like with Candace Owens, just like with Myron Gaines, just like with Jake Shields. There's stuff these people say I agree with, but when they start blaming certain groups of people, when they start saying it's all the Jews, oh, it's 100% Israel and all this stuff, oh, it's women are the problem, oh, blacks and whites need to be separated, yeah, white power, we need all white communities. That's how you know these people are either, again, a useful idiot because they don't see the bigger picture, they don't have the full scope of things, or they're bought and paid for to mislead people, okay? And I can't help but think that it's the latter, because again, Nick Fuentes has over 500,000 followers on X, same with Candace Owens, and same with all these guys. And then if you want to even take it further, there's the Tate brothers, they've been pretty popular now for at least the past 3-4 years, where they have tens of millions of followers on their social media networks or whatever. And this is a really big issue because it's causing such a big divide in the truth community, okay? There's people, right, like I was saying earlier, they ask these questions, they realize politics is fake because it's very clear to see that Trump is bought and paid for and working for the powers that be and just exacerbating what all these previous administrations did, right? The Biden administration, I mean, nothing gets better. It's really funny to me how all these MAGA people will say, oh, it's so masterful, these tariffs, this and that. Oh, it's great. Oh my God, he's a genius. This is a long play game. No, it's not. Because nothing gets cheaper. My rent didn't get cheaper. My groceries didn't get cheaper. My gas didn't get cheaper. None of my bills got cheaper. I don't hear anyone saying how their lives have gotten easier since Trump has been in office. And it's the same old dog and pony show. Oh, well, that's because of the Biden administration. Blame Joe Biden and the Democrats. I mean, it's such childlike behavior, especially at this point, to still be blaming Democrats, even though your supposed savior, your administration that you stand for is in office and nothing is getting better. He keeps proving that he's for technocracy. Trump keeps proving that he's not for the people. He's doing everything he can to keep the rich rich and to keep you and me poor. And it's really incredible that no matter what he does, MAGA is going to stand behind him, and his supporters are going to stand behind him. And you're going to say it's the lesser of the two evils. You're going to blame the previous administration. I mean, this is ridiculous. And it's not even just conservatives. It's liberals as well. If let's just say Kamala Harris was in office right now, what would the conservatives be doing? Let's just say Kamala Harris is doing the same thing Trump did. What would the liberals be doing if the conservatives were saying, "Hey, why is housing prices not going down? Why is my rent not getting cheaper? Why are grocery prices not going down?" Well, that's because of what Trump did in his previous administration. I mean, it's crazy how they'll even blame stuff going back 4 years ago. It's really insane. This is not behavior adults should be portraying. But here we are, right? And it's the same thing with these people. People they want Nick Fuentes to look up to. They want Candace Owens or Jake Shields or whoever. They want these people to look up to. They want to outsource their opinions and hear it through them. They want to hear some sort of hate and stir the pot and get all emotionally riled up and say, yeah, whites should live on their own, blacks should live on their own, Spanish people should live on their own, Indians live on their own, Asians live on their own, right? And then the big thing now is the Jew hatred, the hatred for Israel and all this stuff. Listen, I totally get it. I am not pro-Israel. There is a ton of stuff with Zionism that has caused so much issues in this world, so much death of children. We all know that Palestine was stolen in 1948. If you don't know that, I mean, this is very basic first grade level history. That land was stolen from them, and they're getting genocided, and they're probably going to destroy them, wipe them out, and build a smart city of some sort. And it's probably going to be part of that greater Israel project that we keep hearing about, right? Nick Fuentes is not the answer. Nick Fuentes promotes hate. Candace Owens is misleading and also does the same thing and promotes hatred towards a specific group. Jake Shields especially, my God. I mean, it's really pathetic that Jake Shields is like a man in his mid-40s, and he's on X all day talking about Jews, talking to Grok, asking Grok questions about Jews. This is weird behavior from adults. And listen, I know Jake Shields, and also, how could I forget his buddy Dan Bilzerian, who somehow, some way joined this fight of being anti-Israel and all this stuff. I guess it's because they just want these, like, masculine-looking figures who fight, who bodybuild, who have money, who are rich, and all these things. It's like the Tate Bros, right? They want to, like, promote these lifestyles that you'll never get because it makes you look up to them. Because a lot of people worship money. Money is their god. Even though we all know the dollar is going to collapse at any given day now. I mean, it's very clear that the dollar's purchasing power is shit. Because I was just saying before how grocery prices don't go down, the housing prices don't go down, nothing gets cheaper, everything just gets worse as time goes on. And people are just looking for someone to put all their hope into, to outsource their opinions to hear it through someone else because they don't have the balls to make content themselves, right? So the cat's out of the hat now, right? That we know that, oh wow, the Zionists have pretty much been exposed. I mean, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Warburgs, the creators of the Federal Reserve have basically exposed themselves. I've even seen Nick Fuentes and Jake Shields talk about the Federal Reserve and all these things. So they know about it. They're giving, I follow Jake Shields on X, on YouTube even. They talk about similar things to me. But they keep trying to make you think it's only them. And they're promoting this hatred towards them to where you're going to just hate a Jew that you see on the street and think that they're part of the agendas or something. The Zionists are purposely exposing themselves right now, and it's to mislead you. And they're using these people right here as talking heads so that you can get misled. Because, like I was saying earlier, Jake Shields, I mean, do you really think this guy runs his account? Do you really think that him and Dan Bilzerian and hell, maybe even Nick Fuentes are really on their accounts on X all day long, tweeting about JQs, tweeting all this hate? I mean, who has time for that? Who wants to do that, first of all? You must be a real miserable person to want to do that all day, and you must have no life if that's what you're going to do all day. And these people definitely have deeper pockets than Justin from J Master Productions here. Justin from J Master Productions has a job just like you. Justin from J Master Productions doesn't have time to be on X all day spewing hate. I read the hate messages. I always go on X because I think you see a lot more intelligent conversations, and it's very interesting, especially with this High School Musical drama that we have going on here, where these two are now beefing. And you know what? The beef is silly. It's again, this is all so that you're not looking at the bigger picture. You see the bigger picture of everything here, because I know I probably just sound like I'm complaining this whole video. You have to look within yourself. If you know the truth, or you think you know the truth, excuse me, why don't you make any content then? Where is your content? You see, all these people who follow them, or comment stuff at me, or hell, comment stuff at these people, you don't have a profile picture of yourself. You have some sort of cartoon character. You have no links to who you are. You have no YouTube channel. You have nothing. You have no skin in this game. But all these anon accounts talk the biggest shit. You see, I rarely even comment stuff at these people. Of course I do when I see fit. But you think these people are going to acknowledge me? No, obviously they're not. You think Nick Fuentes or Candace Owens would ever have me on their show? You think someone like Alex Jones even? How could I forget him? You think someone as big as him is going to ever have little old me on his show? But here's the thing. I have more skin in this game than the average person. And this is why I get mad, is because these people that I see on X who know truth, who probably are intelligent enough to talk about it, don't actually make content. They just tweet. And how can you, as a logical person, expect any sort of change to happen in this world if you're just tweeting all day? You can't explain anything in tweeting. You would have to tweet literally all day, every day, like you're writing some sort of book for people to understand. And these people who tweet, like these truthers who tweet that, and mind you, pretty much everything they say I agree with. You think anyone's going to take the time out of their day to read it? People are going to... We're in a digital age right now where people don't read books anymore, unfortunately. We need to have digital content because people would rather listen to a podcast. People have to get with the times. I'm sure a lot of these truthers are much older than me. They seem much older than me. And they just can't figure out how to utilize the internet, how to capture people, because we have to get my generation, okay? I'm in my late 20s here. I've known about this stuff since my early 20s. I started waking up when I was 20. It really wasn't even until last year that I got the full scope of everything, because I fell down different rabbit holes, right? I fell down the Christianity rabbit hole. I fell for psyops at times. Hell, I was even looking at conservatives like, wow, they're the lesser of the two evils. I didn't vote in the election. I'm not that dumb to go and do that, because I always knew Trump was one of them. But with the ridiculousness that we saw starting in 2020 with COVID, and then the whole LGBTQ stuff, how that got blown out of proportion, and then introducing kids to teaching them about oral sex and anal sex at 5 years old. I mean, this is totally ridiculous stuff that was deliberately done. And again, it's not because of Democrats. Oh my God, the evil Democrats. It's not because of them, because the conservatives are just as evil as the Democrats. They try to make MAGA look like the rational party because they wanted to put Trump back in so that Trump can get his crowd on board with technocracy, with whatever their agenda is going to go on in the Middle East, because obviously a lot of people who support MAGA tend to be pro-Israel as well. And like I said, I know damn well, I've been knowing for a long time the issues with Zionism, the history of the Federal Reserve, how these people call themselves Jewish, but they're really not. They're just using that as a scapegoat term, right? So because really what they are is Satanists. That's what all these people are. I don't know. I'm not saying these two are. They certainly have the mindset of a Satanist. That's for sure. So technically, they are Satanists, because whether most people know it or not, they're Satanists. Because most people don't believe in morality. They think that the truth is a lie, and they think the lie is truth. What's the solution here? Look within yourself. Stop following these political influencers who are being put in front of your face for a particular reason. Stop falling for whatever beef it might look like these guys have, because they're not really beefing. It's all for show. It's a show. It's just like politics. It's on a different level now. because the powers that be are putting traps in your way. They realize that, oh, look, there's a lot of people waking up to our agendas. Let's feed oh my god. Let's feed them some truth, right? Let's feed them partial truths and mix it in with lies so that they get misled. Let's make someone like J Master Productions just never be seen. Because listen, if I started playing politics, if I started promoting anti-Jew hate or whatever, don't you think I'd probably get promoted a little more? Because this is what they want. I'm sure the ultimate goal with this anti-Semitism stuff, because I just saw a stat the other day that said 52% of Americans now identify as anti-Semitic, as crazy as that sounds. They're probably going to use that as some sort of excuse for mass censorship and to write new laws in place that say, hey, if you say certain hateful things about certain people, you're going to get fined or worse, probably jailed. And really what it comes down to is censoring the truth. That's what this whole thing is about. It's long game agendas from the powers that be, and they put these people in your way so that once they say, oh, we're going to start putting in laws that say you can't be anti-Semitic, people are going to be in an uproar about it, and people are going to start saying, look, Nick Fuentes was right all along. But Nick Fuentes' job is to make sure that you hate the wrong people, that you don't look at yourself. When do these people ever talk about looking within yourself and changing yourself and changing your thoughts? When do they ever give sound advice besides saying, oh, let's just build white communities and be away from black people and Indian people, and let's put women back in the kitchen and make sure they can't vote again, and make sure that it's never Democrats in the office, and we hate all gay people or trans people, right? I mean, this is their solutions. It's rooted in hate and it's rooted in violence, because what they're promoting gets people riled up to a point where they'll get violent if it came down to it. We need proper education for our youth. We need to re-educate adults. We need to completely take away government. Government shouldn't exist at all. We need to abolish any sort of monetary system. We need to all fix ourselves. We need to recreate our relationships with ourselves, with our friends, our family, our communities. And we need to make truth and morality what we strive for. Because anyone who's a moral person will listen to these people and immediately think, oh, this is not moral, because what they're doing is they're promoting you to look at someone that might be of a certain religion, that might be even of a certain gender or sexual preference or a certain race, and say, oh, I don't like this person because of their skin color, or something that someone, quite frankly, can't even change. You see, if you said, I don't like this person because they are immoral, maybe you could change that person with proper education. Let's take away this monetary system. We're being priced out on purpose. I always talk about this. This is an agenda to price the people out so that me and you will be dependent on the government. We'll own nothing and be happy, right? World Economic Forum always says that we're not going to own anything and we're going to be happy. And we got Elon Musk and Bill Gates and billionaires talking about universal basic income for all of us, because it's the only logical thing that's going to go hand in hand with the AI and the coming technocracy that's going to come. Maybe a social credit score system, just like we saw on Nosedive and Black Mirror, right? I mean, it's all coming to fruition very slowly. And hell, there might come a day where it comes very fast, because technology is advancing very fast. And just like with COVID, they've already proved that most of the population is going to comply with whatever the television tells them, because the American people specifically don't believe anything unless they see it on TV. And who was the guy that said that? Richard Nixon. It's 100% true. And what's gone on now for the younger generation is now they have these people to look up to. Let's just say if you're under the age of 50, right? You have these people now that are the ones that people seek out information from and get their information from. And again, they're not completely wrong, these people, what they're saying, but they're completely misleading you. So, I know I kind of said a lot here. I went all over the place. But the moral of what I'm saying is this whole thing with Candace and Nick Owens is completely fabricated. I mean, this is like childish behavior. Going back and forth on X, posting your messages, right? Oh, look what he said. Look what she said. Oh, let's have Dan Bilzerian moderate. Oh no, Alex Jones now said he's going to do it. Dan said he doesn't want to do it anymore. Oh, this other person said he'll moderate. Ian Carroll. I mean, come on, people. Come on. A lot of you are much older than me, and you don't act like it at all. Overgrown children who need to wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. Show your face on social media. Make content. Stop living in fear. Because in the end of the day, we're going to all be enslaved, and it's going to be too late, and you're going to wish you did something.